Okay, so we should be live, slightly early, about a minute early. So don't want to wait any longer. Pretty much ready and roaring to go. So we've already got a couple of people jumped in the chat already. Just get this out of the way. Dave Dog says, Death Guard are not even potty trained. They don't need to be, do they? And David Killingsworth says, we better get the rain boots. Okay. So yeah, another Thursday night stream. A lot has happened since the last one in the world. So yeah, God. Just all everyone's been talking about, and I thought, well, Nurgle seemed pretty apt. Death Guard seemed pretty apt. So yeah. I've got just a crap ton of Plague Marines here that I'm going to be painting this evening to some degree. So yeah, they're going to be painted in the same scheme that I've done in one of my videos. The scheme I used for my army, I can't remember what they're called now. Oh, I'm going to start with some Ogren Camo as my base coat. I'm going to thin that out. So yeah, I'm just going to apply Ogren Camo over like most of these. Now some you'll notice have a slight sort of light greeny colour to them. They were originally going to be a different scheme, and I ended up settling on this one, so I ditched that one. I got these all out of a box. I've got a big sort of box with just loads of assembled and unpainted miniatures. So I went through it yesterday and took out all my Plague Marines. So yeah, just a lot of Ogren Camo to be painted. So if you're watching, feel free to jump in the chat and let me know how you are, if you're all safe and well and looking after yourselves. These are strange times, very strange times. But hopefully we can all just at least get some hobby done in it, I suppose. How's it going, man? Yeah, it's going good. It's going good. We're still carrying on as a business. Luckily I will say, I do run this business from home, technically. Not actually in my house itself, but on my property. I've got a sort of outbuilding, and we run the whole show from there. So technically, it's still working from home. So I can't take I can take time off, but I've got no excuses to. So we are sort of kind of business as usual. The girls are still coming in. They just, to be honest, they just can't afford not to. That's the problem. We're all well though. We're all well, and they are literally just coming straight from their homes to work and then back again. So, and I'm pretty much going to be self-isolating for the next few days. Yes, Death Guard. Yeah. It's been ages since I've painted any Death Guard, so I'm really excited to get back into them. Watching you from quarantine, working on the new Chaos Marine army myself. I've been out of 40k for a while. I'm doing Dark Mechanicus Chaos Space Marine Force. That sounds awesome. What Chaos Space Marine Legion are you going with? Nurgle smiles upon us all these days. Yeah, hopefully, hopefully not. Touch wood. We've all been fine here. There's only been, there's only been in my county where we live, I'm sure there's only been about 6 cases so far. So we're one of the last places in the country to even get it. So, I mean, that just suggests maybe the worst is yet to come. But I don't know. I've been under curfew for almost a week and a half. Wow. Seems like the UK is just slightly behind the rest of Europe on this. Can't see it lasting much longer though. The UK will soon, hopefully, have more stricter measures, but we really need some sort of financial aid for that to really go ahead. I mean, I'll be happy to self-isolate for a bit, but it's just hard to not work at the moment. Money-wise, we've still got to put food on the table. We're just getting no help in this country yet. Oh, not sure what Legion yet. Ah, cool. Yeah, if you own sort of renegades, you could just make up anything, couldn't you? I'm working on 84 Poxwalkers. Wow. No, that is impressive. I think I have 40 Poxwalkers for this army, and I got them commission painted because that even just 40 put me off. So hats off to you. You using the contrast paint? Nope, just Ogren camo. My mate at my gaming club got coronavirus. He's at Madrid hospital. Has for a couple of days, isolated. He's fit and healthy, no underlying health problems. Oh, well, that's the main thing. Yeah, so if you've been in contact with him, then obviously no choice there. It turns out Ingrid, who works for us, her sister's got it, but she lives on the other side of the country, so she hasn't been in contact with her, but hopefully she gets well soon. Luckily for her, her mum's a doctor, so she's in the best hands. What colour trousers do you paint your Poxwalkers with? The box shows orange paint. Yeah, my one, I've all got orange, I think. But you can do any colour, or even a mix. You can easily swap out the Plague Marine parts with those from the New Chaos Marines. Yeah. Yeah, they work quite well together, actually. These are all built way before the new ones came out. They've been sitting in a box for a long time. I apologise if my phone goes off. I can't really silence it. I do have to I will check messages actually, if they're... just in case anything important comes through. So yeah, I apologise, there's going to be a lot of me painting Ogren camo for a little bit. But hey, we can all chat, keep each other company. Which box are those Plague Marines from? From a Plague Marine box. Because you get quite a few sort of close combat options, so I think I've got like most of like a close combat squad here, so there's like got big axe and a flail. Some I think might be from Dark Imperium though, some of them. So it's sort of a bit of a mix. So, regular viewers will know that I normally have a snack. I'm normally drinking Coke or something, but I'm on the wine tonight. Red wine. It's an Australian Cabernet Merlot. So I just got to finish up, otherwise it's not gonna be no good. So yeah, I mean I'd airbrush them too, but live stream and all that. And to go with my wine, Dairy Milk Giant Buttons. go to red wine and treat. Oh, nice. Yeah, the No Fear ones are really cool. Yeah, and Death Guard Green's not too different from this colour. I think it's darker. I've got it here somewhere. That's not it though. It's here somewhere. I think it's that one, isn't it? Yeah. So if you have like airbrush Death Guard Green, you have a slightly darker. That's a Death Guard Green, but really nice colour. And this colour will be darker by the time I've finished. I essentially paint the colours on and then just Agrax over everything, and that really darkens it down. So yeah, I mean it looks quite bright at the moment, and it is. I don't actually have a lot of Agrax left, which is really worrying. I keep forgetting to order some. I've put in a couple of orders with GW online, and both times forgot to put the Agrax on the bloody order. But I got a little bit. Agrax rations. Okay, so I'll get a bit more Ogren camo on the palette. So, yeah, how many are here actually? What's that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 normal Plague Marines. There's a lot of Contagion and some other characters about as well if I want to get to them. But bit of a funny number, but they're just ones I had built. And because the primer's quite light, I'm getting away with just a one coat over it, which is nice. I've got a couple who are primed in black for characters, so I need a bit more, but I don't think I'm going to focus on them tonight. I'm going to just focus on the regular Plague Marines. I mean, this stage is pretty quick, really, just slopping on, really. I think this guy here is from the Dark Imperium's set. I apologise if you hear any sort of faint banging in the background. Next door are renovating their house, and they seem to like to do that in the evenings, much to my delight. Well, I will admit I was up in the loft until about 10 o'clock last night doing some bits in there, so we're both as bad as each other. love I love all the detail on these. The Blob says, what do you think of the new Orcs Space Wolves box set? To be honest, I'm a bit underwhelmed by it. I think the Orc side is quite superior to the Space Marines. Like, if they were just in a one-on-one fight, surely the Marines would get crushed. I feel like the Marines just needed one more thing in that box. But Gazgal's amazing. Absolutely incredible. Oh, it's not a bad one, actually. So, Wayne sent over some pictures of his Goliaths to our group chat. I thought I'd show you guys because they look awesome. That focus is alright. Really cool. So yeah, we're still planning on doing a Necromunda campaign. We will get there eventually. It's really cool. I'm sure Wayne wouldn't mind me showing these off. You know, looking really cool. So they're sort of like a chaosy themed Goliaths. Really cool. Oh, I really like the scheme he's done on them as well. I think that's all of them. Yep. There's the first few. I'm sure he wouldn't mind me showing the stream. I'll tell him as well. He might want to jump on. Bob says nice. Yeah, they're looking cool. So yeah, my Delac are done. Katie's got her Esches done. Ingrid's got her Cawdor done. And Wayne's getting on with them. Jab's got a few to choose from, but he's got quite a lot of miniatures already painted, so yeah, I mean, just don't know what the future's going to hold from day to day at the moment, but we'll definitely do a campaign at some point. We do actually have loads of content coming on this channel, some of which was already up on our Patreon. We're at a position now where we're getting a lot of videos way ahead of schedule, which is really good, so we can get them up on Patreon quite early. I think we've got 4 or 5 videos already done, which will be coming out over the next couple of weeks. There's a couple of conversion videos, a couple of painting videos, and a couple of back reps as well, actually. One of the painting videos and one of the back reps still need to be edited, but they're all filmed. And there's little Warcry games. We're going to look into doing some 40k and Age of Sigmar back reps again. Wayne said he's working on some more Juves for his Necromunda. That's cool. Yeah, it's a really nice scheme he's got there. So if you're not familiar with the scheme that I paint my Plague Marines, they sort of have like almost sort of a gradient sort of going. So they start with this colour, then they move into like this beige colour from Minotaur called Jaundice, which is lovely. And then we go into citrus orange. It'll look a bit pants until the Agrax goes on, but when it does, it really looks nice. If you just search for Bitzbox Death Guard on YouTube, you should find the video where I go through how this whole scheme is painted. It's quite a popular video on the channel as well. It's nice. People like the Death Guard, and so they should. Also as well, I'm sure most of you have seen it, but if you haven't, we are having a big old giveaway because we've gone past 10,000 subscribers. So we've got some Sisters of Battle to give away, some Speed Freaks, and some random Start Collecting and bits bags, etc. That's open until the end of the month. Obviously, we don't know what shipping's going to be like by then, but we'll make sure people get their prizes one way or another eventually. So it's just a giveaway to say thanks to everyone who's subscribed over the years. And look, we've had a conversion competition running on our Instagram and Twitter as well. So we'll be sharing the winners, and well, we'll be sharing all the entries and the winners of that in early April. Definitely want to do more stuff like that. Cool, so just one left. 22 minutes in, that's not too bad. Oh, roll the sleeves up because it's actually boiling in here. I don't know what's it. Well, I guess being under the lamps is probably why it's so hot. So there's no central heating's not on. Starting to get into spring. A lot more exciting if we weren't all under quarantine, but and self-isolating. But you know, weather's gradually getting warmer, which is nice. Now, if I was smarter, I would have put these in some sort of line so I knew which ones I started with. Because I'd imagine the first ones I've started are probably dry now. Cool. Right, that crappy old brush can be retired for the evening. So that's almost dry. That's pretty much dry. Almost. I'm just thinking, well, I say it's been retired, I might just get it out. I think a couple of them could do just a little bit of a thinner, just a little bit of a thin coat just over them, just to get a nice, bit more solid finish. I apologise, back to this colour now, but shouldn't be too bad. Most of them look pretty good. Just odd little bits where I just need to get in. If you don't have a nice smooth base coat to start with, then the rest of the miniature will suffer for it. them looking pretty good. Alright. Cool, so definitely retire that brush for the night now. Right, pause for a wine break. Cheers, everyone. Foul Bitzbox model is nice to paint and great to field. Cool. I'm trying to remember which one that is. I'm definitely not just googling it quickly. Oh yeah. I like him. He's this one, isn't he? Ah. Mine's been undercoated in black. Yeah, he's very cool. Actually, I've done a conversion video where I converted up my own as well. So I've got another one here. It's a foul Bitzbox miniature that I converted up myself. But yeah, can't beat the original miniature. It is lovely. I made New Year's resolution to paint my 2,500 points of Death Guard before my birthday. Nice. When's your birthday? Hopefully it's not too soon. Unless you've done really well on painting. Oh, May's not too bad then. Still got a couple of months. And considering most of us have to stay indoors, should get it done. I have to work out how many points I've got actually. Not that many, definitely not. I need vehicles for it next, that's what I need. I need vehicles. All I've got is one of the little plague crawler thingies and a couple of blight drones. So that'll be my next thing, get some vehicles for this army. I really like the big tank. I can never remember the names of anything. But that's just an awesome miniature. And obviously any recommendations, Death Guard players, any units that you think are particularly good in the game, then yeah, definitely let me know what I can add. Plague Burst Crawler, yes. Gotta get me one of those. Aspen says congrats on 10k. Cheers, yeah. We're really happy with that. Thank you. Hoping the green stuff my Chaos Knight to Nurgle. Nice. I'm going to be doing Nurgle Slave to Darkness as well. So now I've got this jaundice colour from Minotaur. And the closest GW colour to it, I don't know actually. You'll probably have to mix something, maybe some Shabby Bone and Battle Brown or something like that. I can't remember what I said in my video. This is a nice sort of yellowy, orangey brown. It's going to be very hard to see on the stream. Hopefully you guys can sort of see where it's going on. What I love is because these are airbrush paints, they're very thin. Yeah, they still cover really well. I do like the Minotaur stuff. and they work perfectly for this. Yeah, another reason why I really like Tank is to try this sort of scheme sort of airbrushed on. Look pretty cool, I think. Yeah, I'm thinking of for Slaves to Darkness. I've got some future Blight Kings, like a box of them. So I'll probably build them up and then use all the spare parts to convert the Chaos Warriors and Knights. And obviously, I have quite good access to bits if I need. Ooh, what do you prefer, Poxwalkers or Plague Bearers? It's a good question, because I love both of them. That's a really hard one, that is, because I love the miniatures for both. And I've got quite a lot of Plague. Well, I've got a lot of both actually. I've got load Poxwalkers and Plague Bearers, so I don't know. Maybe I'll have to play some games with trying them both out, see which I prefer game wise. I don't even know what I prefer miniature wise. Yeah, it's very close to some messy desert. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not being social. Just blame Wayne. Right, and that one's still a bit wet, so he can go over there. So I sort of paint this colour on maybe the bottom 2/3 of the armour. And then sort of the final third will be the orange. And like I say, it won't look like much at this stage. But once the wash goes on, it really sort of brings the colours together, brings out all the detail, of course, and they just look really smart. And I don't even do any highlights after that stage. Obviously, you could if you're painting some yourself and you want to do a better job than me, but I mean, it looks fine for tabletop. So I'm not around the helmet and just a backpack and shoulder pads, button arms. Do you like the new Gazgol model? Yeah, I think he's awesome. He is really cool. Not sure I'd want to buy the whole box for him, but I think if he comes out separately, I'll probably pick him up. No, I think he's really cool. I love his claw. I love his massive gun as well. And he's just huge, and he just gets bigger with every incarnation. Well, I remember when the previous Gazgol came out, and we all thought it was a huge miniature back then. Of course, the game's changed so much since then, and now we have just massive stuff. Shame Warhammer Fest is cancelled. Yeah. Yeah, I think any events probably up until about September. Probably just will not go ahead. Yeah, it's just crazy, crazy times. The stupid thing is, like the virus itself, I'm not that worried about. It's just the fact that the shops are just being cleared out, and I'm just really hoping like I can just get enough food for me and my daughter, and just get nappies for her. I've got enough to last a few weeks, but I just hope once that time's up, we get closer to it, we'll still be alright. Luckily, stuff like that is a sort you sort of buy a load in one go anyway. And she's almost ready for potty training, so I'm one of those people who gets like my groceries delivered because I hate going to bloody. Oh, I just hate going shopping. Just hate it. Uh, of course, now it's just hell going at all. So yeah, so I'm not looking forward to when I have to sort of get more food. I'll probably just stick to smaller shops and do it day by day. It costs me a fortune. That's if I can get stuff. So that's the most worrying thing for me, and probably for a lot of people. Um, Certain family members, of course, I worry about. Hopefully they all stay safe. Nurgle needs to be potty trained also. Nurgle doesn't care. Nurgle likes a mess, I'm sure. But as bad as it is, we can sort of distract ourselves from miniatures. Nurgle miniatures is probably not the best way to distract yourself from a virus, but seem very apt. Cool, so that's 4. How about 12 of it? Only 38 minutes in as well. I always get shocked how much progress I make on these streams because very rarely do I sit down for 2 hours and paint. So once I do actually do that, it's actually just brilliant how much can get done. I'm not being particularly too neat with this either. I mean, I don't need to be at the stage because obviously all the trim and stuff like that I'll be coming back in and doing later on or after this armour. So it's still a slightly messy stage. Quarantine is a blessing in disguise for wargamers. Absolutely. I mean, if our government pulls their fingers out and offers some sort of financial packages for businesses, I'd happily take a couple of weeks off just to hobby and whatnot. If I'm forced to, regardless, then so be it. What I will say though, if I'm sort of self-isolating anyway, but if I am sort of forced to really sort of quarantine and not work, I'll probably do quite a few sort of daytime streams and things like that, just to keep myself sane and offer something for everyone else who's in the same boat. I think now is a good time to watch a lot of YouTube and Netflix and hobby and stuff, isn't it? So, I mean, I'd quite like to do that. And I promise I won't drink wine in all of them. I've only got about enough for like 2 glasses of wine, so I would quite like to do. I would like quite to do a stream one day where I just get pissed. That could be quite fun. Not like hammered, but you know, enough to make me more enjoyable. But I'll try not to paint anything too important. It would be quite interesting to know what it's like to try this drunk. I saw that News Fund article before I went on here. It said leader and anti-vaxxer becomes demon prince of Nurgle. I thought it was quite funny. This jaundice I've go a long way actually. And you just ran out of what was on the palette. I mean, the Minotaur paints are brilliant. Any paints were designed for airbrushing just seem to be such a good consistency. I mean, these are... Alright, obviously not every paint has the same consistency throughout the range, because that's normally the case, but this one I'm using is just a perfect consistency. So any of these marines will have these little sort of stepped sort of armor panels. Where there's sort of a line of it on each one. On the hands, I'm just placing a bit of it on the hands. Cool, so I don't know how well it's showing up on the camera. Oh, it's quite bright. But you can sort of see that orange there. I have been doing this lately to diffuse this light slightly. Now, that makes it a bit easier. Yeah, you sort of see where the orange is. I think I'll keep that bright though. Oh. That really makes a difference, doesn't it? Just turn it down a smidge. That's better. Yeah, getting there. Got 4 of these left to do that colour on. And I'll move on to the citrus orange, which is very much like sort of Jokero orange. It's very similar. There's a Jokero, also squig orange. No, Jokero orange, yeah, so it's very similar to Jokero orange for next colour. So if you're using DW paints, then that'd be absolutely fine. You'll see it in a moment. So with the backpacks, I'm just sort of chucking it on, sort of like the bottom sort of half. I mean, it really doesn't matter too much where you put it all. Oh, that's quite nice in the end. This one's quite cool because it's got a big sort of area on his stomach to do. Not a lot of them have a lot on their torsos. Well, they have too much detail on their torso, so they don't have much of your hand, I say. Cool. So, two more. Two more. Obviously, these stages get quicker and quicker as we go. But after I do the orange in the next stage, I'll probably then move on to the metals. So, that'll take a little bit of time. And then all the little horns and things like that. But, doing well for time, I think I can get quite a fair amount done on these. Let's brush out. Get a little bit more jaundice on the palette. We almost made it. If we just jaundice, well, great name for a colour. So yeah, wine's not too bad. A little bit fruity. I can't say I'm wine expert. I'm actually more of a white wine person. More of a lager person, really, but in regards to wine, I prefer white over red, although I use red a lot in cooking. But I've got a couple of bottles of red wine for my birthday, and my sister bought me another bottle recently as well, so thought, why not? It kind of had to be finished off, so. Right. So, for someone who's been in the hobby as long as I have, play games with like close combat weapons just seems so weird. So used to the old editions where they just had guns, and I think you just had flamer, plasma, and melter as your options. Everything else had bolt guns. But now they have all these really cool close combat options, which is really nice. I don't know if they're any good in the game. They look really sweet. Cool. So, that's all the jaundice done. I'll tell you what, there's enough for not another whole glass, but maybe another little bit in there. No, chin chin. I love 30k Death Guard. Yeah, 30k Skeeve is really nice. I was very tempted to go with that scheme, but I settled on this one in the end. Mainly because I'd done like painting tutorials for a couple of schemes, and then after I'd done this one, I just really liked it and really enjoyed painting it, so I stuck with it. Right, Citrus Orange next from Minotaur. So, whack that on the palette. Again. Well, no, I say it again. I don't know what it is about oranges. Orange paint, no matter what company you buy an orange paint from, they just, consistency never seems right. These are very thick actually. For an airbrush paint, this orange is well thick. So it needs to be thinned out. That's crazy actually. That's like a base paint thickness, that is. So be mindful when if you're sort of getting into airbrush and then you buy airbrush paints, always check the consistency of them, especially the oranges. I think that's a good consistency. Oh, I haven't done this guy in jaundice. Why is he in that pile? Right, I'll come back to you, mate. Are you going to be repainting your Terminator Lord conversion to this colour scheme? What Terminator Lord conversion is that one? I'm trying to think which one it is. Is it one I done on the channel, was it? Because I done this Lord of Contagion. I think I done him on the channel. He's ready to be painted in the scheme as well. Pretty straightforward. Unless you're thinking of another one. I really can't remember. It's been so long. Oh, excuse me. So with this colour, I literally just paint a little bit. It's from Path to Glory. I have a Path to Glory one. Oh, yeah. I forgot about him. I don't know why, because he's literally right here. No, I've got a different role for him. Yeah, you're talking about this guy who's lost his scythe. No, this guy, actually, I'm going to take him off his base, remove his pistol, and he's going to go back on the Glockin where he belongs. I built a Glockin on one of our Twitch streams a couple of weeks ago. So I'm just going to plonk him on now. I might repaint his armour. But yeah, that's what's going to be done with this guy. Yeah, I really liked him. I did enjoy Path to Glory, actually. That was really good. So yeah, that's going to be his new role. He'll be back on the Glockin where he belongs. That's where he's from. That's why he's basically out and about. Abaddon Black plus Fire Dragon Bright on Poxwalkers equals a bad idea. Oh, really? What sort of black and orange would look okay? Love your Lord of Contagion. Ah, cheers. So you'll probably see some of my Slaves of Darkness over the coming weeks as well once I start on them. I'm sort of keeping the Slaves of Darkness in case like I do have to go into a proper sort of 2-week lockdown, and then I'll probably just start collecting books out and just really have at it for that. But I don't know if I can wait that long. If that doesn't happen soon. I almost got it for this stream tonight, but I thought actually no, I want to paint these guys. I want to get my Death Guard to a pretty decent sized force. Cool, right. It's drying up pretty quick on the palette. Again, it's not going to look like much at this stage. Very bright, no real depth to the armor, but I don't know if I'll get to the aggro stage tonight. I'm hoping I will. And when I do, you'll really see them pop. I'd quite like to get to that stage and end the stream, because then I know I'll have plenty of time for them to dry. I mean, we're only halfway in, and I've done this much already, so it'll literally be a case of painting the metal areas after this. And then aggrets and all. Almost like when people used to just dip miniatures. I don't know if people still do that these days. You don't really hear much about it these days. The old army painter dips. I think we've all moved past that. So that was a big thing a little while ago, a decade ago. Nice. Probably worked quite well on these, to be fair. I think I've still got some of it somewhere. I don't know where. It was up on that shelf. Don't know what happened to that. So I think if I remember correctly, on my last stream, I showed off some of my Space Marine Scouts that I built. And that video still hasn't gone up yet. That's going up either tomorrow or Saturday. But it's been on Patreon for a little while. There's another video, I won't go into any detail on it, but we haven't even recorded it yet, but if all goes well, and we can, that'll be on in a couple of weeks, and that'll be quite a fun one. But I won't go into any more detail on that, but hopefully it'll give you all a good laugh, if we can actually get together to film that, so you just don't know what's happening one day to the next at the moment, and especially in this country, things are changing so rapidly. I was speaking to one of our local store owners earlier today, and obviously, they're just not getting anyone coming in the shop. A lot of card companies aren't doing any new releases. There's no Friday Night Magic and all that. No tournaments, so it's not good times for the industry. Saying that GW have got a lot of staff working from home, not as many on the floor, so slowing them right down. So yeah, not going to be the best few months. Found some of my uncle's Space Orcs, painting them with classic goblin green base rim. Ah, nice. The good old classic bases. Yeah, I done some Space Marines like that once. It's just it's hard to resist that classic look. And you see a guy who done like I think it was Primaris Marines, and he done it with like the old school Ultramarine scheme, like the old goblin green bases and the bright blue and yellow scheme. It actually looked amazing. They had like the backpack flags and everything, Seen a couple of people share like retro stuff, like retro White Dwarf articles and things like that online, and even though the quality of the miniature is superior these days, you just sort of miss the old stuff. Speaking of which, I really need to do a video on going back to my Bretonnian army. I haven't done a video in that series for months. I've got the trebuchet to do. I have to put that on my list of videos to do. I still need to paint Molly Mock for the Critical Role series. This is the last one to do, so I must get round to all this. Cool. So yeah, the girls had an interesting game of Warcry today. Katie was using Gotrek against some ogres. That was quite interesting. Um, Gotrek's quad ability in that is just absolutely brutal. Especially if you have a quad of sixes. That's just absolutely insane. However, he does have some shortcomings as well, so very interesting. We've learned a lot about sort of using Gotrek and Warcry from them, or from that game. So, oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. Feet are getting hot. It's really hot under these lights. Oh, well, I'm not running out of temperature. It's fine. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. Alright. So, 5 left. Obviously this guy over here. Need both colours. You can see I'm not being like super neat with it. But the colours work really nicely. I really love this flail, I think it's really cool. Oh, I just really hope Corn Berserkers and Noise Marines get the same sort of treatment. But these Plague Marines are just lovely miniatures. I mean, they've got to do Noise Marines at some point. They could just look stunning. I mean, I wonder how all this will affect GW's release schedule. I don't know what the sort of shipping situation is in other countries. But obviously, if they can't get new releases out globally, then surely not just going to release stuff that only some of us can get. That would be so unfair. Almost there. Almost there. I'm sort of glad I didn't sort of do any of the characters. Just focusing on these. I'll probably be a little bit more neat on the characters. Not slop on just as much. But as I said, we're going to go over a lot of the other bits, so it doesn't really matter too much. Right, so this guy, let's jump back in with the jaundice. And start getting that on. For some reason I haven't painted his hand. This guy is not having a good time at the moment. Let's get some green on there. Me and my dad are getting Blood Bowl to pass time, which should I choose humans or the orcs? I don't know. I'm afraid I couldn't tell you. It's one game I haven't really played. The orc miniatures are beautiful though. So I'd probably say orcs. If I was choosing, I'd choose orcs. I've got some of them to paint actually. I've already painted the humans. There's a game I'd like to get into at some point. I love the dwarfs in the dwarf set, they look amazing. Speaking of Blood Bowl, I picked up the Glory Old Summer Bloom miniature from Forge World, and I've sort of converted her up a bit. You might have seen her on social media, but I've been painting her lately, so I've given her a sword and a fan. Cause I'll probably use her as a battle mage or something for Six of Sigma. Focus. I need to put some extra highlights on her hair, and obviously there's other bits I need painting, but she's turned out pretty good. I'm quite happy with how her swords turned out. I'm quite happy with that. And sort of her tabard's looking quite nice as well. A few little highlights I need to do on that. But yeah, I'm quite happy with her. Her hair's been sort of like an experiment. How to do this sort of like it's like a rose blonde type, so something completely different I've never sort of painted before. It needs highlights still, but that's a bit of an experiment. I'm sort of kind of happy with how it turned out. I'll probably do some extra highlights on the leaves as well. Originally she was in like a sort of dark turquoise and I just didn't like it, so she's green now. Thanks. I'm actually really proud of the sword. It's something I've sort of effect that I've sort of been practicing. So it's just like glazing and that. I'm trying to get a bit better at that. And I'm still sort of haven't got down the non-metallic metal. I've sort of tried to go on the gold here, but I think the highlights should have been pushed more towards the centre than the edges, but not too bad. Not too bad. Just a beautiful miniature though. I just love her miniature, so I had to get her and find some sort of use for her. Where's my brush? Oh, my Agrax is looking so empty. I've got two and they're both sort of almost empty. But we'll work something out. This guy. Ready for your orange, but I'll just give him a little bit of time to dry first. Bit of wine. Oh, bloody hell, that was out my hand. In regards to wine, I really don't know what my limit is. Obviously, because normally when I just drink lager, so I know exactly how many I can have before I start feeling tipsy or go over the edge. Wine, I don't really know. Just imagine a couple of glasses, alright. But hey, that's something we could probably find out together on a future stream. That could be fun. Oh, bloody hell. There we go. Take Iron Hand Steel because it's my best silver GW does, in my opinion. I really need to get another one. Like, I've only had this pot a few months and I've almost used it. That's how much I love it. And I've got paints here that I've had for years. Yeah, obviously. The knuckles are going to look quite clean, but the Agrax wash will change everything. So, the actual casings of the guns are in like a sort of dark bronze colour. I'm only going to paint the metal areas. Got some of his blight grenades as well. Let's head back to call them stick bombs. Run army. Very similar though to stick bombs. Have you tried Blighted Gold by P3 for your Death Guard? Looks great on mine, it would look good on these two. No, I haven't actually. I can't say I've used P3 paints. No, I've used a lot of paints, but not the P3 ones. So imagine they're a lot better than the GW ones. I assume I'd paint the trim silver. The only thing is with this paint is it's a bit thick now, you couldn't get to the bottom of the pot. So yeah, there's going to be a bit of shoulder pad trim to do. And lots of other random metal areas. Super fun. excuse me. It's not Corona. Just tell me it's a lack of wine. Obviously, if I get ill, I've probably called off these guys. What let's do with flail, dude. Get his flail silver. Oh, apologies on my chair, it's well squeaky. Get some WD-40 on that. Sometimes on some of our painting videos, if you listen carefully, you can sometimes hear it. Bloody thing. So that's a grenade as well. What might be your next conversion video on? The next one, what will be on the channel is going to be some Space Marine Scouts. So, my Space Marines are obviously all Primaris. So I want to do like Scouts what were larger. So I've got them all sent over here. This is one I'm most proud of. He's on a 32mm base. So I think I'm using like Corpse Grinder Cult legs and like some Space Marine power armor. Like if you compare him to one of these guys, you know, you can see like he's quite large. I have a regular Scout as well for comparison. So yeah, all about making the Scouts bigger, so you can see the difference there. There's a few others. I tried one just like using a power knight and torso and legs. Just giving them like a Scout shotgun, just any normal sort of Space Marine head works. And you can see like, if I put them sort of level feet wise, it's a little bit bigger as well. So there's all like different tests for that. And the one after that has already been filmed and edited as well, and that's for, again, more Space Marines, but for Primaris-sized Vanguard veterans, so these dudes here. So really happy how they came out as well. I'm going to make some modifications to them to fit my theme, and hopefully get some more, because I've only got 3. But that's what I'm going to show for now. So, yeah, they're already filmed, edited. The Scouts one's already on Patreon, but it'll be on the channel in a couple of days' time. And then once that one's up, the Vanguard one will go on Patreon, etc. There's also a painting tutorial for Red Dragon skin. So I've got my Carmine Dragon. So I'm basically doing a little painting series on him. This is how he's looking at the moment. I can't get him in shot, but that's how he's looking. I've done the red, and I've done the wings, and the sort of belly, and underside. So there's a couple of painting videos I've already made for this. They'll be going up in the future as well, and I'll continue that series, looking at all the details and the base and stuff. And then obviously Elspeth von Draken will sit on her throne at the top as well. So I'll do a video on her. So that's all to come in the future. Probably won't be till late March, early April till you start seeing them. It's nice to be so far ahead with them. That never used to happen. Hopefully I can maintain that. In order to do that, I'm probably going to start filming some more very soon. Yeah, maybe I'll look into filming that Bretonnian one. Someone suggested a good idea for a Blanjitsu video as well, so that's one I can film in an afternoon quite easily, so I'll probably get that done some point. Like I said, I'm proper self-isolating over this weekend. Plenty of time to get stuff done. And obviously I'm self-isolating longer than that, but working from home, doing the whole Bitzbox thing, but I shan't be working at the weekend. Because all these videos are just done in my own time. The bat reps we do during work hours, because that's the only time the girls are here, but a lot of painting tutorials I'll just paint and record them in the evenings or any spare days I get. Oh, I've got a bit of silver on the leg there. I'll just... Could you do a Nurgle themed base tutorial? I certainly could. Have I not done one? No, I think I've done like a muddy sort of base, didn't I? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I've got a couple of things in mind actually for something like that. I just certainly do that. I'd like to do more base tutorials. So what is useful? I've got some lying around here somewhere. The little silica gel beads. If you can get some of them, they'll come in handy. So I'm sort of sliding off to the side there. Get back in the middle. I still don't have the most sort of comfortable sort of setup for these streams. It's not bad. Normally if I'm painting, I'm probably a bit more like this. But just to move it here, it's not a massive issue. So, 3/4 of the way through already. That's zipped through. So, I'll do a plasma gun this colour. Make it look different to the other weapons. Will you be doing OSL for the plasma? I might do a little bit, yeah. Not actually 100% sure what colour the plasma will be. Any suggestions? I'll probably stick with blue, but orange would also work quite well with these. Ooh, excuse me. I can't say I do a massive amount of OSL, but it's something I should probably have a little bit of practice going with. Turn a bit more. Right, so I've got a few giant buttons there. Right. Red or orange, yeah, definitely. Contrasts nice with the green. I like Midwinter Minis OSL on his Black Legionnaires from Blackstone Fortress. Yeah, I've seen them. They're awesome. What other YouTube channels do you guys like? Out of curiosity, who are some of your favourite YouTubers? Apart from us, of course. There's just some amazing people in this hobby on YouTube. Certainly that's a shame. I know, like, if we focused on one sort of niche within the hobby, we'd probably have more subscribers by now. But I just I just do the type of videos that I enjoy. I don't feel like we're more like a TV channel with different shows rather than just sort of focusing on one thing. If that makes sense. We sort of offer a bit of everything for everyone. Hopefully, we'll do more battle reports in the future as well. So like I say, we've got some Warcry ones, but I like just more Age of Sigma. Problem is, our gaming tables has got so much shit on it most of the time. Squidma, Miniac, and Pete the Wargamer, yeah, they're all amazing. I only really discovered Squidma maybe a few months ago, but he's incredible. And obviously, if you're familiar with a lot of Pete the Wargaming videos, we do work with him. A lot of the bits on his conversion videos we actually supply for him. So we always know what well, in regards to the sort of Horus Heresy ones, we sort of know what videos he's got coming up in the future. All these sort of Space Marine and Chaos Legions. And Miniac just goes without saying, he's just brilliant. Probably one of the most entertaining guys in the hobby. Well, I couldn't make videos like he could, like he does. Even though I have more of a personality and sense of humour than I probably put through on these videos, but just the way he just delivers himself naturally is just brilliant. Metaglyke's Death Guard tutorial inspired mine. He's a great painter, just like Miniac. I'll have to check him out. Well, check that tutorial out. See what that's like. Yeah, all those guys are just so inspiring. Really makes us want to up our games. But nowhere near as good as any of them guys. So my sort of painting tutorials I always try and keep to like a sort of half decent tabletop level. I mean, at the end of the day, some people want high quality tutorials. Some people want more intermediate stuff. Some people even want novice stuff. We have some sort of very basic stuff as well. So try and help everyone get catered for. Going back to this miniature, I had it in my mind to actually do a painting tutorial on how to do a hair. I know it's not finished because I don't think there's really any sort of rose blonde tutorials for hair, but I just had no idea how I was going to do it until I actually tried it. So I'm kind of happy. I'll just get highlights on that. I think it's going to be fine. So I'll have to find another miniature with similar big hair. Maybe get a Daughters of Cain or something, and then do a tutorial on that. Because I want to do some more little quick tip tutorials as well. And I'm always open to suggestions. I shall add a Nurgle themed base onto our video list. What I'm thinking, because I've spoke so much about how these are gonna look, so good with the Agrax wash. I'm thinking in a little while I'll give some an Agrax wash. And did you hear about Duncan leaving Warhammer TV? Yeah. He's got his own channel now. So he started his own YouTube channel, and he's gonna do I think he's got a website coming out soon. It's like a subscription-based thing, so we'll be getting lots of content from Duncan that just won't be on Warhammer TV. So yeah, he's got some sort of painting videos out already on YouTube, but only one of them's a GW miniature, which is quite cool. I can't remember what bronze I used on the other one, so I'm just going to take black gold from scale colour, scale 75, because their metallics are the absolute business. Paint that casing. So yeah, I'm going to get some bronzy dark gold colours in place, ready to just get an Agrax on some of these dudes. With a very little Agrax. Oh, excuse me, getting hiccups now. Very little Agrax that I've got left. Also, if you're not familiar with my scheme, all the little sort of tentacles and stuff I end up doing like purple. They really sort of pop out and look really nice against the green. And I can't remember what colour I do with tubes, so I have to go back and watch my painting tutorial on that. Half the reason I make painting tutorials as well is just so I don't forget myself what the schemes are and what paints I use. Do that bit, that colour. There are some other areas that probably could benefit from a colour and an Agrax wash, but I mean, you know, I can always deal with that later on. I've done his shoulder pad trim on this guy, so I'll come back and do that in a minute. We'll do this gold on all of these skulls, and yeah, there's another one with these skulls all over the shoulder pad as well somewhere. Oh yeah, over here. So we'll do him as well. Yeah, I mean, it was a shame about Duncan leaving, but I don't know, since they changed the format on Warhammer TV, I sort of went off their painting tutorials a bit. They started doing all this battle ready stuff. That's just of no interest to me. And the sort of advanced stuff that they put out on the Fridays is more my cup of tea. And the stuff they were doing before. I get why they're doing that, because they want to build like a sort of extensive library of pretty much how to paint everything eventually. It'll be interesting to sort of know why Duncan left, because he was sort of top dog, wasn't he? But you know, maybe he just fancied a change. What to paint sort of other stuff. Obviously, he's very restricted. He couldn't even share pictures of his other miniatures from other game systems, just on like his Twitter and stuff like that. So it's understandable. I have a feeling, there's just a theory that Darren Latham will replace him, because he started his own channel, which was absolutely amazing. If you haven't checked that out, definitely check that out while you still can, because that's going to be taken off YouTube, which I assume will be because of his work with GW. So I have a feeling he could be doing some painting videos for them, and he is an absolutely amazing painter as well. Absolutely incredible. And dare I say, he's probably better than Duncan. Just because the standard's that high. Yeah, we've got a Viking Gold here as well, actually. I didn't realise I had a Viking Gold. I might do Summon Viking Gold. Mix up a little bit. R.I.P. Duncan. Duncan's been reborn as a YouTube sensation. Part 2. He's just an independent YouTube sensation now. I assume he's probably already got more subscribers than we have. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he should have. Certainly deserves it. He's a little bit of a celebrity, isn't he? It's amazing. Never really sort of encountered that much in the hobby, past the sort of game designers. It's very cool. Within GW anyway. Obviously, there's some pretty amazing YouTubers, as we were discussing earlier. I think I'd be a bit starstruck if I met some of them. Okay, how are we doing for time? 10 minutes. Let's finish this guy. Yes, let's finish this guy. Get some gold on the gun. So I'm doing some Viking gold. It's a bit more of a ready gold. Bit of red in it. Just to mix up the gold slightly. I mean, it's a subtle difference, but make it a little bit more interesting. Paint his blight grenade and his shoulder pad trim, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bust out the Agrax a few of these guys and just show you the difference it makes having that wash over them. As you'd probably expect, any of you guys who paint miniatures, you know the power of the Agrax by now. But with this scheme, it just really brings them colours together, so nice. And yes, awesome. So I don't know, I've probably been a bit ambitious to have got them all to this stage. But probably got 6 here, plus half of them. It's pretty good going. For 2 hours, considering they were just primed, I should not complain in the slightest. Alright, oh, this is black grenade. I'm literally just painting them silver. Right, I'll put you out with that side so I know that you're going to be last. Alright, that gold's looking a bit dodgy on there, so let's just keep a bit more on there. Cool, right, I think they're ready for that little Agrax wash. Now, like I say, I haven't got a lot of this left. I'm actually going to get that original brush out of retirement from earlier. I should have done that bit metal. Okay, we'll get there. Brush. We will get there, I promise. You're always a batch painter, there's always going to be odd bits that you look back on the miniature and like, sugar. There's too much water on it now. Okay, just getting this metal pole on his flail. Should have done that before. I mean, ideally I'd paint the ribbon on there as well, but never mind. I might do that maybe like purple. Get a bit of silver off his finger. Cool, so you go over there. Start with these three then. Agrax. Now, like I say, I've got just a drop of this left. And a little bit of water in there with it as well. And yeah, start applying it. It's literally a case of applying it all over. You can see straight away just how much better this looks. If I can just get someone to keep the pot open. See that on the leg? Look, I'm trying not to let that cool up too much, but it's like magic. Also, it helps dirty up the metal areas as well. If you're painting alone and aren't streaming, do you listen to music? And if so, what genre? Normally when I'm painting I'll be watching something. However, we have music on at work all the time at Bitzbox. Like almost constantly. The genre is quite varied. It's mainly alternative stuff. Personally I like a lot of sort of like punk stuff and grunge. Mainly sort of alternative rock. So a lot of older stuff as well. I like sort of a lot of 60s and 70s rock and punk. Like some sort of 90s dance and things like that. But basically anything that's not chart music would probably be a good way. I'm not a massive fan of country music either. We even listen to a bit of classical music now and then, but only sort of more popular stuff. But yeah, like so much stuff. We've got a playlist. There's a Bitzbox playlist that we just have, and there's literally we're coming up to about 4,000 tracks on it now. It works out at I've got it on here I think actually. 3,705 songs at 240 hours and 16 minutes of music. So yeah, quite a lot. Very eclectic mix, but yeah. Like I say, favourite genres sort of punk and grunge and like classic rock. Definitely anything sort of alternative. Sort of indie as well a little bit. Yeah, so just show you sort of the difference. That's with a wash and that's without. You can see what a massive difference that Agrax wash makes to these miniatures. Just brings out all that detail, brings some of the colours together, and yeah, they actually start looking more like usable miniatures. That's a really good question on the music. We just love music. Both the girls are singers, and I love the music, so meaning we were meant to be going to a music quiz at the weekend, but obviously that's not going ahead. But maybe again in the future. I know lots of random, stupid musical knowledge. Oh, I knocked my Agrax over, but there's F all in it, so it didn't do anything. There's literally like, I think I'll open the other pot. Hmm. Oh man, why did I not order more egg racks? Although saying that, well, no, the full parts I used the little GW thing to stop them from tipping over. They're quite easy to tip over when there's F all in them, surprisingly. Right, I've got another part notebook for a little bit. I'm sure I've got some more somewhere. I'll have to find it. Actually, there are. There are some paints in the loft. I might jump up there and have a look. Not now, but I will. I'm not sure I can get anything out of this one. I might have dried up on the bottom. That could be the end of our Agrax adventure. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, that pretty much sums up, doesn't it? I'm out of Agrax, guys. I think. I've got like some paints in my loft that belong to my mate because like, he left a load of his Warhammer stuff here years ago, so I just checked up in the loft. He doesn't even want it back, so someone's painted up there. Hopefully he's got an Agrax. He probably hasn't. We're coming up to the end of the stream now. We've got 3 of them up to the Agrax phase. I'll get some more. Really happy, and I wish it would focus better, but yeah, once that washes on, it's pretty good. They really start feeling like nice miniatures then. I'll probably actually put some colour onto these little skulls at some point. Cool. Anyway, you never asked Smith, you never said what music you're into actually. Well, I asked, which I should have. It means waiting for you to say in response. But yeah, what music are you into? Probably completely different genres now, but yeah, we'll leave it there in a minute. What I'm going to do then, I'm going to get this little bit on there. I'll just use this colour. There's some more gas bone. Grunge and metal mainly. Nice. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, some good metal stuff. I quite like a lot of sort of goth music as well. Not like sort of a heavy. Well, no, I do like quite some heavy metal, but not like the sort of screaming Cradle of Filth style. I have more like sort of, sort of almost like the Joy Division stuff, sort of a deep sort of voice stuff, goth music. I don't know if you ever watched the channel called Trash Theory, but they do some really good videos about music and different genres and stuff. They're fascinating and well worth checking out. Restock yes again now, please. Probably. Did we not restock them recently? I don't know. Yeah, Bauhaus. Really like Bauhaus. Yeah. Bella Lugosi's Dead is one of my favourite songs actually. Really good. Yeah, that sort of stuff. That sort of goth stuff. Yeah. You did pass too slow. We'll get some again. The Necromancer stuff sells like really fast, so they're probably restocked more than anything. We'll get them in. Obviously, with the whole situation in the world right now, who knows when it'll be, but we'll just keep plugging along. Technically working from home, so we can keep going. You might find we might be a bit more limited on what we restock over the coming weeks, but we'll keep going the best we can. Until GW can't get any more stuff out. Weird times. Weird times. It's been nice to have these couple of hours to kind of get my mind off it. With Nurgle. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with where we got with him. So, yeah, I think we'll leave it there, guys. I'll probably be doing more streams. I mean, if we're still sort of working next week, then we'll do a Tuesday stream on the old Twitch, and I'll probably maybe try and do these more frequently as well. We'll see. And like I say, if you say you got total lockdown incoming there. Yeah, if that happens here, then obviously, you know, I'd like to stream a lot during it though. If we have to go into complete lockdown, then I will just spend most of it hobbying anyway. Hobbying and DIY. Otherwise, I'll just go insane. So these streams really help, I think. Yeah, they really help. Gives you something to watch, give me something to do, people to talk to. We all need it right now. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there though. And yeah, thank you so much to everyone who's watching. We had a really good turnout tonight, actually. The chat's been brilliant, amazing, actually. Yeah, stay safe, everyone, and I'll see you again very soon. Once I get to the button. Right, chat to you all very soon.